The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather around the pit with your hosts, Johnnie Mags and Messy Mike. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics you talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by Messy Mike.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
We got sound.
We do have sound.
We had technical
Sorry
difficulties.
about that. Yep.
We had a little power surge and the sound went out.
I don't know what happened. It's that computer stuff. Once the magic wears off, Johnny, you're pretty much screwed.
That's it.
I mean,
That's why.
We brought a magician up and we got the whole thing
That's
going.
it. Mr. Jonathan, come to save the day.
Yep. But we're on.
We're on.
And
So
we have someone here today.
Oh,
too.
yes, we do.
Yep.
So let's just get right to it. No one
Definitely.
really cares what the hell you got going on.
Nope.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest joining us in studio today. The 2011 Jack Daniels Grand Champion Team Smokin Hoggz, the one, the only, the local boy, Bill Gillespie.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up,
How you doing,
brother?
Billy?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Absolutely.
Drive wasn't too bad.
No.
Perfect.
Piece of cake.
Absolutely.
Well, piece of brisket.
That's it. The weather turned out well for us, not what they thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
Well, we were getting snow up north, but
Yeah.
it was all rain.
It was all
Now
rain
it's just
down
raining,
here.
So, yep. It's not going to stop this.
No.
That's it. So, you want to start off?
So you
Or?
can start off. Go ahead, Mr. Cookbooks.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to the cookbooks in a minute. So, Billy,
Yeah.
how did you get your start in barbecue?
It started young. I've always been interested in cooking. Started with the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, cooking over the open fire. As I get older, I'd go camping with my friends, and I was kind of the go-to person to man the grill and the fire and just cooked away. And, it just kind of transitioned into the whole barbecue thing. I always loved ribs. And that's the reason I got my first smoker. Was just my love of ribs.
Nice. What's your preference in wood?
I like I'm local. Apple, maple. I like the fruit. Subtle. I don't like too heavy of a smoke. Mm-hmm. So I tend to go that way.
Okay. Yep.
Quick little fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know if you lived in Mexico as a barbecuer, it is illegal to possess apple wood?
Really?
Wow.
Did you make that up?
No, this is a fact from our friend Rick Galindo at Rick Galindo's Barbecue and Specialties.
Okay.
And
Why? Because it's just so scarce, or
nobody knows, but they know it is illegal to possess apple wood. So you can cook on it all you want, but you can't technically have it.
Now, if I had an apple tree, that's okay? Or
I don't
you
know.
can't
still in
say?
the ground?
I'm not fully familiar with
I'm
Mexican
not going
law,
to risk it.
especially in Mexico.
No.
If they say no, okay, it keeps me from a Mexican jail.
how
I'm
can you?
good.
So you can use it, and
You just can't have it.
right, but they're going to smell it. Mm-hmm. So, and you can definitely smell it. So, whatever.
Fun little fact there.
I won't buy any applewood in Mexico.
No.
Thank you.
Just in case, you never know.
But you can buy cocaine.
Right.
You know.
As
You can
much
get
as you
As much as you
Exactly.
want.
Yeah.
Smells different.
Go ahead.
So, first and foremost, what is it like to win the Jack?
It's crazy, especially. You don't know, right? But they call your name, and you're like, "What?" And we were pretty, we were fairly new at the game. We had just got our first grand championship that year, so just to get a call at the Jack was awesome. We had a 9th place call, and to hear our name called last was just beyond my dreams.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard to explain. Really.
Oh, yeah.
It's think of the Red Sox when they won the World Series after 86 years, right? It's like
Well, then people also start talking to you too. Like, congratulations! Now they think you're real. You know, I mean, if you're at the Jack, you're real anyway.
Well, no, that's true, because then the following year, 2012, and it's like, okay, I need to like stay relevant. So if I go to a contest and don't do well, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh man, this isn't good. So I'm always practicing. I'm always trying to get the edge. I'm constantly, just tweaking if something's not working, just to maintain a status, I guess, Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean, it's undescribable, the feeling, when we won.
Now, there are a lot of changes to make in competition barbecue. Like, I mean, flavor-wise, depending on, where the competition is.
No, I mean, my profile is the same no matter where I go. I really don't change anything. Like if I cook here, Florida, California, whatever, it's the same. I have made tweaks throughout the years. My brisket was the same since 2011 up until this year. I've changed a few things.
Okay. Do you want to tell us what those are?
Don't worry. Nobody's listening.
Right. So, I mean, if
let me give a pen and hold on.
So yeah, I mean, if something's working and I'm not going to mess with it. But after a few contests, something's not quite working. I might adjust a little bit here or there, and maybe add some time or go up in temperature, or just whatever I think needs the adjustment.
Nice.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, last summer you went on a pretty good tear for probably about close to 2 months, at least a month anyway, then some.
Yeah.
It was like every weekend.
2000, no, not last year, 18. 18, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, that happens. And then all of a sudden, boom, the same thing you were doing that got you whatever the results, all of a sudden now it's not. So it's strange.
Yeah, that sucks too, because you don't know who your judges are.
Right.
And you don't know, all right, where's your box going to be?
Yeah.
Is it going to be first? Is it going to be, halfway down, whatever? And you just don't know what's in their mind. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that must be tough too.
I always say it's the least offensive barbecue wins. Right?
Yeah.
You try to keep it simple, but you still want to wow them with flavor. Because they're taking one bite, maybe two, so you want that 1 or 2 bites to like just, scream at them like, wow, this is it, this is the one.
Oh yeah.
And it comes down to what do they call it? The table of death.
Oh yeah. There's always table of death, and there's a table of angels too.
Oh yeah.
So and I'm one, like, if I land on the table of death, so be it.
Yeah,
it just happens. I'm not gonna.
You don't have any control over it.
And I'm not gonna go out there on social media and lambaste the judges, because who knows? Maybe it wasn't the judges. Maybe it was my food. So I accept pretty much the scores I get, and as Bill Belichick says, we're on to Cincinnati.
Well, Cincinnati.
Right?
That's right.
Oh yeah. And when you do I mean, you're doing a lot of other stuff. You're doing desserts. In your competitions, appetizers, wings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're basically a chef, at these competitions, and everybody is.
Yeah, like backyard tot kind of. But we've kind of stepped away from more of the grilling stuff and concentrated more on the barbecue stuff. It's more of a financial thing. The money you put into the grilling, even though it's awesome, I love doing it, it's just the return. It's not really worth it,
Okay.
the money that you get back, but the food's awesome. That's the hard part, because I love to eat the food. And, we had to make a decision, because we'd do a grilling event, and then right after that, I'd have to start prepping for barbecue. And, you're going strong from 8 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you finally finish prep for barbecue and you're worn out.
Right.
So we had to make a decision that, okay, look, we're going to stop doing the grilling events and just concentrate on the barbecue and try to stay rested.
That's good advice. Take on too much. I mean, plus, like just going to a competition, is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially the ones you're doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like we do. We go up to Lake Placid. It's one of my favorite events, just because it's held at the Speed Skate Oval, where they have the Olympics in 32 and 80. So I get together with a couple of other teams, and we each take a category and do that grilling event. And that's fun because you're only doing one category. You have to concentrate on that. And, we kind of form a so-called super team, but we just have a fun time with it. So we do that one, and then we'll do the one up at Harpoon. And those are the only two grilling events that we really do, all year. But
Nice. So let's get into some of these sauces. Because I know Mike has been on my ass since, 2018. Christmas is 2018. He thinks, he still believes that I still haven't opened them.
No, I don't. I know. He's heard the story.
Well, that's the one thing that's great, because a lot of the stuff, you obviously have an online presence, an online store, but you're in some local stores down the South Shore, just south of Boston.
Yep.
You're from Abington.
Yep.
So I have family down there, so whenever they come up, hey, what's up? We're going to get together. Hey, do me a favor, stop by this store and pick me up 2 or 3 bottles of each, and I get it there. And did you open the bottles? No, I'm waiting for a special occasion. This is good stuff. The whole time, it's just a little. I just like twisting them a little bit with it.
It's fine. I can go right to the co-packer now.
There you go.
Skip everything.
So how did you get into making your own sauce? And your rubs, for that matter.
Yeah. So the sauce started first. I got tired of using the sauce that everybody else was using. And I said, well, let me mess around and see if I can come up with something that'll work just as good. And that's kind of where it started. It was, I think, the off season of 13 to 14. And, I just messed around, and I got my wife and my other teammate together, and we did a blind taste test. I said, which one do you like? They're like, we like this one. I said, great, that's mine. That's my sauce. We're going to use it. They're like, whoa. No, we're not. I said, well, we're never going to know how it's going to work out unless we use it in competition. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, it was in 2014, we went to our first contest. We finished like 30th out of 100 teams, but we got a call like 5th place in ribs. So I'm like, all right, the sauces, I think it's going to work. Next 2 contests, we GC'd. So I'm like, okay, I think we have something here. And then later on that year, we ended up winning the American Royal 2014 with the sauce as a key ingredient, in our program. So, and then that's pretty much the story on that.
And we have the 2 blends. We have the regular barbecue sauce and then the Pit Masters blend.
Yeah.
That Pit Masters blend is, oh my God.
Really? Thanks. I'll find out later on tonight.
There you go.
Now you have a competition team, and you have teammates. Everybody knows their role.
Yeah.
When you're testing stuff out, sauces, rubs, whatever, is everybody on the same page, or do you have people going, I thought my stuff was better, like what the hell, why can't we use it? Or does everybody know this is a team? And even like they're not getting paid for this,
right?
And even when you win, you're still not getting paid for this,
right? Yeah, I mean, it's the team is just, it's myself, my wife, and my longtime friend Alan. Him and I have been friends for 35 years or so. But yeah, I mean, it's they kind of go along with what I say. I mean, I take their criticism and we try to go back and fix whatever they don't like, or we try to all agree. Try to make it so that we all can agree on something.
And your wife, you never have any fights with your wife?
Never. Everything fantastic. Is perfect. Yeah, we never fight at a contest.
Awesome. I'm sure there's some loud yelling. But
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Now, do you keep like a log, especially with the competitions? So you can refer to it back of last year's comp or 2 years back.
I used to, not so much anymore. I mean, I keep a log on certain recipes as far as like sauce and rubs and stuff like that go, so I can make tweaks to them. But no, not so much of a log as far as like the cooking process.
Now, how about the cooking when you go to different states and different parts of the country? Is your cooking different?
No, it's the same.
Oh, it's all the same?
Yeah, all the same. Everything the same flavor profile. I'll do here, I'll do in Florida.
But like even time-wise, so like...
Yep, even time-wise, yep, yep.
Nice, nice. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hang in there.
Attention cigar smokers, or even friends of a cigar smoker. If you're looking to relax with a nice premium cigar or looking for a great gift for a cigar smoker, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Our friends at twoguyscigars.com have created the Cigar of the Month Club. For just $24.99 per month, you or your friend will receive 4 different premium handmade cigars every month, and shipping and handling is included. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and go to the Cigar of the Month Club. You can stop anytime because there's no contract, but you won't because this is a tremendous deal for our listeners. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and click the Cigar of the Month Club. At the same time, if you want to learn about the cigars you receive each month, you can smoke along with them on their own podcast called The Cigar Authority. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice premium cigar from our friends at twoguyscigars.com.
And we are back.
That guy's voice is like hypnotizing.
It is.
It's like, oh shit, we're back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's comedian Greg Bogus, local guy.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah, you
Didn't know
got
that.
celebrities
We do.
doing your ads.
Nice. So, grilling. You like to grill romaine lettuce.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And it's excellent.
It's awesome. First time I had it was my wife and I were up in Kittery, and a chef friend of mine who used to compete had it on the menu, and he goes, "You got to try it. I'll bring it out to you." And he brought it out, and I'm like, "Wow, this is incredible!" And it takes like minutes to do. You just get like a light char on it, high heat for maybe a minute and a half. Flip it over, same thing, and then finish it off with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and then there you go. It's amazing. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Might have to try that. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's in right here. This book.
And that one. Speaking of the books.
Yes.
What made you want to do a cookbook? First off. Never mind 3.
Yeah, I tell me. I know. After the first one, I was like, "That's it," because it's a lot of work. But I was approached actually from the.
Be careful with that one. That's a signed copy.
I see that.
From Page Street Publishing, which was Chris Hart and Annie Husband's publisher when they did their first book. And I met them in 2013 at the Jack, at the Circle of Champions. Chris brought his publisher with him and introduced me, and a couple months later I get an email from him saying, "Hey, Chris and Andy think you'd be a good person to write a book if you're interested." I'm like, "Sure." So get the contract, sign it mid-February, deadline of May 1st to come up with 100 recipes and content for this book right here.
That was the first one.
Yeah, I had about 25 recipes done.
And can we get a...
Yeah, Secrets to Smoking on the Weber, Smoky Mountain. And I had 2.5 months to do it. I get about 4 weeks into it, and I'm like, wow, there's no way I'm going to get this done. So I contact a good friend of mine, Tim O'Keefe, who's a barbecue judge, and I also knew at the time he was a writer. He did he does writing for a living. Mm-hmm. So I called him up and said, "Hey, Tim," I said, "I got some good news and some bad news for you." He said, "Good news is I got an opportunity for you to help me write a cookbook. Bad news is we got 6 weeks to do it." So him and I met 3 or 4 times a week. I gave him the content for the beginning of the book. He formed it. He took my chicken scratch and nonsense and turned it into stuff that people could read. And I took care of all the recipes and the chapter or the recipe intros and voila.
Pictures and
pictures were afterwards.
Okay.
So Ken Goodman did all the photography for all 3 books, and he's an absolute magician. Every single photograph is real food.
Oh, yeah.
You see like a lot of books that they do fake food. Now he does everything real. It's
Well, here's proof in the fact. There's the Weber Smoky Mountain.
right.
And you got the water marks from the rain and the condensation and ash built up. That's a legit.
Yeah.
That's in everyone's backyard.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's in, unless you're sitting there waxing down the lid of the kettle. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So you get this cookbook, you can produce these pictures in your backyard.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah. And what's funny is, so not only is Ken a photographer, but he's a chef of 25 years. So I'm not only cooking for the camera, I'm cooking for him. Mm-hmm. So if the stuff isn't coming out good, he's gonna be like, "No, this is." You know what I mean?
Yeah. And taking pictures of food is tough too, so you have to exactly know what you're doing.
So thankfully he liked everything. And it was a lot of fun. And I did my second book the following year, the Smokin' Bacon and Hog Cookbook. And then I took a year off because I just needed time. 2 years and 200 recipes. It was a lot.
Now, when you write them, do you get them shipped to you? Do they go to automatically, somewhere? I mean, Amazon?
Yeah, so it's all like Page Street is the publisher. Mm-hmm. They use Macmillan distributors.
Okay.
So they handle all that.
But a quick search reveals that they are all available on Amazon.
They are all available.
Yep. I'm assuming that's your wife?
Yeah, that is my wife. Yeah, she just said,
Sean,
yeah.
Sean.
Yep.
Sean, yes, you can buy them on Amazon. Yep. And, as far as the cookbook goes, this was the first one I received as a wonderful Christmas present from a dear friend of mine who shall remain nameless. Like I said, signed copy right here.
Yeah.
The one what's the one recipe when we were going through this at your island in the kitchen? What was the one that stopped us dead in the tracks? It's not necessarily a barbecue item.
Oh, the smoked ice. The smoked lemonade.
The smoked lemonade.
Oh, yeah, that's...
It was like, whoa, did you just say smoked lemonade? Yes, I said smoked lemonade.
I believe we've discussed that on this show. We have
discussed this. We actually did a whole episode going through this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fun recipe. There it is right there.
Grilled lemonade,
Yeah, you just grill it, and it's just that char. Like when you squeeze the lemons, you add the sugar. I mean, you got to top it off with a little bit of bourbon to make, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
But that was a fun one, definitely.
Now, out of all three cookbooks, what would you say is your most favorite thing that came out picture-wise, flavor-wise, recipe-wise?
God, that's a tough one. I mean, I love all three books. Mm-hmm. This one here is my favorite. It's my first one.
It's your baby.
Yeah, right.
So you're not like Tom Brady. Which one's your favorite?
The next one.
Yeah. You don't even want to think about the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Next January he'll be saying.
Yeah. And I am thinking about the next GC though. That's my favorite one. The next one.
Strangely enough, they're all different prices on Amazon. Although they're close.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Is it based on the length of the book? Or?
No, I mean, they're all pretty much the same. It's just they determine the pricing, and I got nothing to do with that.
I mean, they're all within a buck of each other. But
they're relatively inexpensive, like 12, 13, 14 bucks.
Now, when you're writing a cookbook, like you said, the pictures are after. Are you taking pictures as you're trying the recipes?
No, we do all like the recipe testing beforehand.
Okay.
And then, that's how we come up with the recipes. And then, so... This one here, there's 100 recipes, but I think we only filmed or only took 60 pictures of the recipes. Mm-hmm. So there's some recipes that don't have pictures in that one. I think this one has every recipe has a picture, and same with this one too.
Okay.
I think there's only 60 in this one, but there's I think 100 or something like that.
And what I loved about this one. Because this one, it was just right around...
And which one? Read the title.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Great Charcoal Grilling on the Weber. And this one was right when I started my insane...
Weber fetish?
Weber fetish. That's a nice way to put it. Charcoal addiction.
Yeah.
Wiping out the Home Depot of every bag they had.
This one was cool. I really like doing that one, and I wanted to do this one. I wanted to keep things simple. So I wanted you to take it, look at the recipe. It's a simple recipe, but I wanted you to cook it perfect every time. And that's kind of why I wrote it the way I wrote it. And, I got some mixed reviews on it. People thought that some of the recipes were kind of pedestrian, which they are, but it's designed for you to cook them perfect every time.
Yeah. But what I liked about them was like getting into here, you know, the science behind how the charcoal grill works, charcoal and fire, direct cooking, and you go into each type of, the indirect, and you got the picture of the kettle on how it's set up, or high heat roasting, and you got the bricks separating it in the
I thought that was
cross
very
method.
important. Yeah,
it was great because I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I didn't even hear. You hear, okay, keep it all on one side, or the snake method. But with the bricks to bounce the heat and the different positions, and even some of the recipes, if I'm not mistaken, they go back to the setup.
They do.
Look at that competition brisket right there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice page to open up to.
I know, right? And it's done on it's done on a grill. You don't need a fancy smoker. I mean, it's nice to have, but if you don't have the means or the funds for it, you can certainly get away with cooking on a charcoal grill.
Yep. Oh yeah. Now, so being sponsored by Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Like, do they help you out with competitions?
That's right.
Yeah. They provide us with as much charcoal as we need for the season.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
It's
And was this the first year you were named, brand ambassador, or I know they have an application every year, and then they pick it was either last month or the month before. They came out with the list.
Yeah. So now this was our second or third year. So I can't remember now. Third, second. It all blends. I'm sorry, but it's we were using Frontier, which Royal Oak bought them out, and then switched over to Royal Oak. But they've been awesome to work with.
And they give you briquettes and
whatever you want,
whatever you need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Trying to figure out how to get that hookup.
They don't want
to talk to me.
We got to get the weekend straight.
I know.
Get into more of the comps that we talk about doing, and get into that. But my schedule and your schedule just haven't jived correctly in the past 2 years.
Once
I retire, this knee might get me there sooner than later.
This book here, sorry, guys.
That's fine.
I just wanted to mention another. So this book here,
the Smokin Bacon
Hog book. So we did a whole hog in this book, and we used the Humphreys whole hog cooker. And I'm telling you, man, they make some awesome cookers. If you haven't cooked on one yet, you need to cook on a Humphreys. I've been cooking on them since 2013 or 14 when they started.
I would love to get one because Mick Stanfield uses. He's got a couple of them. And I mean, even with like the big wheels, like he rolls it around,
you can
the
roll
grass and all that
awesome.
stuff. And,
And what's awesome is, so I had my first cube pint that I got from those guys. It was 0 degrees out. I loaded 20 pounds of charcoal, lit it at, I think, 6 o'clock at night. And 6 o'clock, 24 hours later, there was still charcoal burning at 250 degrees. Wow. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Wow.
That's forget it right there.
It is.
Finest.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to pay attention to it, or at least you have a leeway. If you get it going and you're going in to, prep something later on in the cook.
Don't have to worry about
don't have to. Let me check the temp. It's going to sit there for you. That's the wonderful thing.
Now, is it wood chunks, charcoal and wood chunks in those? Okay.
Yeah, you can use briquettes, lump, whatever, and then a couple of handfuls, like 2 or 3 fist-sized chunks.
And they come right out of Maine.
Yeah, locally made, American made. So,
hopefully we'll
awesome people.
Get him on the show too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he's got a couple of different sizes, right?
He's got the Weekender series. He's got his traditional series with the battle box, the pint, than the Cube series. He's got a lot. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. So, Billy, where can everyone find you? Websites, social media pages?
Where can they get the books?
Yeah, books you can get on Amazon. So our website is www.smokinhoggz.com. Social media is Smokin Hoggz BBQ on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Find us and like us, and
and sauces you can get online too, and then also sell locally.
Yep.
And that's Smokin Hoggz, no G at the end of smoking, and HOGGZ.
Yeah, SMOKINHOGGZ.com.
That's it. Well, Billy, thank you so much for taking time out to join us, especially coming up to the studio to join us in here.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, had a blast. Looking forward to the next time.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again. Do you have anything coming up real quick? I know you started the season. You already had an event down in Florida.
Yeah, so we're looking to do at the end of March, maybe go down to Virginia. There's a double down there, and then kind of, I think April really starts it off for us. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll have all our episodes right there at your fingertips, and you'll be notified every time we upload the latest episode. On social media, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Pit Life BBQ. Questions and comments, please send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, please subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Quick congratulations to our friend Oli.
Oh, just had a baby.
They're waiting. They just got the news.
Oh, yeah, I saw the picture. Yeah.
That
the ultrasound, yeah.
He's getting a little barbecue buddy.
Yep.
Be a little boy, a little girl, don't matter. It's still your barbecue buddy. So very excited for you guys. Congratulations. He's just probably getting to work right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Australia, Jesus.
It's already tomorrow. But, Billy, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
And, folks, until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.